Hello everybody, I am Weeley and welcome to another gameplay I'm going to do, but this is different. I'm going to show you guys Need for Speed, and reason I'm just going to show you this is because so in case you guys want to play this game, because this is mostly online game. You can't play until you have online, so now you know. So I'm just going to give you a tour of the game instead of going through the freaking long let's plays, because this is the type of game where it's just online stuff, and I get to show you this game. So obviously, as you see, the first thing you see is this one of these of all these panels. You have snapshots if you want to see your freaking car, do some awesome stuff. You take an easy Snapchat by pressing a button to show off your stuff. Cruise, a bunch of other news and daily challenges, and my Need for Speed. Now, when we get into this, it is definitely going back to the underground style, and where it's of course going to be mostly nighttime. You go around, you find some races, and then you get cash for them. They have a kind of a story into it where, of course, it to be all these best racers and stuff like that. But you're just trying to build your reputation with your weird ass friends who, I gotta say, has really shitty acting. But the whole purpose is for you to have an awesome street experience like Need for Speed is trying to get back on, which I'm pretty happy that they are going back on, because that wouldn't be Need for Speed without it. So I'm absolutely happy that they're going back to this route. And the only problems I'm having right now is, well, first of all, you have the damn loading screen, which takes forever because it's trying to suck in all the freaking online stuff. Trying to take everything, all the graphics, all the online, and also breaking players. They're also doing the same things, minding their own business, but some of the players could just ruin your race if you're happy to just enjoying yourself. So there's definitely interactions where they have in the past Need for Speeds that they have where you're just driving along, find missions while the other racers will either challenge you or not. So I have my Viper. This is a beautiful Viper that I have that I've been working on. Look at this beauty. Of course, you can't really customize much of it because it is a supercar or a big muscle car, so they won't allow you to have much customizations on it, but you can have some custom kits. But I am going to show you other stuff that they have. Well, first of all, of course, you have a pretty decent garage. You can have like 5 cars at a time, no problem. I have my Lamborghini Aventador. I just got this during the story. I'm not going to want it. But yeah, so I'm going to show you first the cars they have. So they have from a Volkswagen GTI 1976, Toyota Sprinter, Mazda MX-5. You can tell the years, you can tell you the stuff, but you also have specs, which is also good for you to know, so you get to tell what kind of car you can use to start off with. Honda Civic, Mustang, Supra. So it's good that they have the balance of still old school types yet that are popular, and yet also some modern. I have a Fairlady Z, which is pretty cool. I don't usually see those anymore. Ford Mustang Fox body, holy shit. And RX-7. I love RX-7s. They're awesome for drift cars and stuff like that. Toyotas. You have even a freaking Scion in the freaking mix. Subaru, of course. Mazda MX-5. New one, actually, the newest one, not the old one. The Sylvia Spec, the Skyline, the old Skyline. Oh man, that's pretty. Honda S2000, as they always have every single one. Mitsubishi Lancer, of course, Evolution's popular Need for Speed series, and so is the Skyline GTR spec. BMW is always there in here, but actually not that much. Still having Subaru, more Subarus and stuff like that, and there's a BMW M3 E92, which is still popular in the Need for Speed series again. BMW Evolution one, which is the 80s. Honda NSX Type R, which actually looks pretty awesome. Actually, I like that one. Porsche Carrera, obviously popular. Lotus, don't know why it's freaking ugly, and of course, one of the most popular ones, Need for Speed, that they almost always have every single Need for Speed game, is the Skyline GT-RV. Mustang Boss, that's a good one. Another BMW, Ford Focus, because why the fuck not? Focus is street now. Another BMW, yeah, they have more BMWs now. Ford Mustang GT, because you have a new one. Carrera S, which is actually hella fucking fast because of my Camaro. Of course, Corvette, which Corvettes are my favorite, but I'm sad they only have the Z06. I wish they had the Stingray, but no, they just don't want to put it in there. GTR, obviously, you gotta have it. Very popular in Need for Speed. Always gonna have that one. Mercedes AMGs, Viper, which I have, and I gotta tell you, this fucker is freaking powerful. I'll tell you that. Ooh, and a 73, which is also expensive. Actually, surprisingly fast as well. Porsche came in, of course. 911 GT3 RS, the new one of this year. Ferrari Italia, and then Lamborghini Diablo. Yes, they have a freaking Diablo. Can you believe that? Murcielago, which I think is one of the best looking Lamborghinis. Huracan, I can't believe that, but hey, whatever. A McLaren, of course. McLaren, gotta have that. Aventador, it's what I have. And a Ferrari F40, which is the most expensive car in the game. 1987. I think it's because it's just a Ferrari. Ferrari old school is always the greatest. So there's that. So there's that stuff. So I'm gonna take an example of some specs you can do. So of course they have parts inbox where you inbox some of the parts you get during the game. You can also do paint. Details in paint is actually good. I'm glad they got back to that. Oh god, I don't like that. Go back to the way it was, please. I need to work on this shit. No. I'll change it back eventually. But anyway, physical customizations. You can customize the hood, front bumper, adjust the stance even, and splitter. Even the front canards, front wheels, side skirts. And the wheels, you can do rims and calipers and brake discs. So they have gotten back to the good amount of details of the car. Of course, like I said, there's some cars you just cannot customize because they're just who they are, because they're supercars and stuff like that. But you can customize license plates, trunk lid, either has the trunk lid, spoiler, and even the freaking sound system, which does diddly shit in the sound system. So you also got diffusers. Yeah, that's rear car. I said detailing. I'm glad that they brought it back, the detailing. When it comes to customization, not super deep, but it is good that they're actually doing a good amount of parts. And again, body kits. Oh my god, there's no way I'm doing freaking Hot Wheels. That's not happening. So handling and tooling, they're sticking with the drift and grip type. Nothing about drivetrains like they do in Pro Street. So of course, you got all this that involves handling of pretty much what you want to handle your car, but they do not, as I see, of engine-wise, of drivetrains or if you want more torque, they will not allow that. There's none of that here, because they have performance customization, kind of do it for you. So you have a bunch of these, again, kind of more in detail, which is great. They rank from S, which is sport, to S plus. You have racer, so they have stock, and they have sport plus, which is not in here, but I'll show you sport plus. And they have racer, and they have elite. It's supposed to be the best. So depending on the parts, they have some parts that really benefit you. Of course, there's some parts that just doesn't. But they even have parts like, say, handling parts, which will show you on the bottom that says tire traction of how much you can actually put in without you customizing it, or you can expand your options of tire traction. Differential, same thing. If you get the best, you have more options to adjust it more, and so on. Nitrous system. So they definitely got that back. Of course, 1,000 fucking horsepower because it's a Viper. 0-60 to 2 seconds. It's amazing. I love it. So yeah, it's. Oh, let me just change the freaking paint back. I'm pretty upset that I got rid of it. There you go. Good enough for me. Yes, it's fine. Thank you. All right. So now that's pretty much what's going to look like when you actually enter the garage. The customization is actually not that bad. It's pretty good, and I'm glad they brought it back here. Now, of course, in this now, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of side races you can actually do, and so of course you have main missions with your friends, your little crew, your little posse crew. I call it Starscream. can tell right because it fucking roars. Oh buddy. Oh buddy. Oh ho 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 ho. So yes, it's basically drive around. GPS wise, I think it still sucks. But yeah, of course, you have these messages because you have your freaking friends hit you up to do some mission stuff. You have speed, cruise, style, build, and outlaw. Build is basically building your best car. Style is drifting. Cruise just crew, which is kind of useless here. And speed is, of course, raw power like you have. So that's why I have multiple cars for situations like that. Reputation, Eddie's challenge, which is hard as hell. If you defeat Eddie, I think you get a good car. But yeah, as you see in the map, you have your missions, and you have these people, which is a bunch of other random people doing their own thing. As right now, they're doing races. They're doing their own race, and one of the things I didn't like is when you're in a race, you still have these people interrupting you and just crash you and ruin the race for you. So there's no locking out really when you're actually driving. When you're doing the races, you will be punked out. And but as a benefit, when you're going up here, you can challenge these players by going up to them, follow them, and just basically challenge them to a race. But yes, you can interrupt them if you want, which would be a pretty ass dick move if you do that. So that's the only thing I had. I only have a couple incidents where some random asshole just decides to bump into me, get really pissed off. So yeah, so again, you have a lot of these side missions. Even though it says hard, if you know your car's fucking roaring and can beat it, you're pretty much okay. So hard just tells you there's more money into it and reputation points. So that's pretty much how what's gonna be. Yeah, so you can just challenge them. A lot of missions. These are pretty much the mountains here. So as if for racing, what my favorite is speed, obviously, because I like just going fast. Drifting is nice. Drifting is I think a little hard. Just depends because some is bullshit. Time travel. I mean time trial is kind of BS because there are some missions. There's no way you can freaking just beat the time without being super perfect. But hey, I think this game is really meant for you. Just keep trying because you cannot just quit here. So yeah, as you see, you can just pick a mission here and do what you want. As you also notice, there are some courses that you can't do yet, or they recommend you don't, or you just can't get. It's because they're higher levels and they're supposed to be hard. But the more you higher level you up, the more races you can do with a lot more profit to it, which is cool if you want to reach your goal. As you see right there, you have the same old bullshit. Where you have this freaking AI just ruining your day. It's just fantastic, isn't it? And of course, you can't forget the cop chases. But to me, the cop chases are easy because for me to get away, if you have a very good car, it's a breeze. Unless you just want to cause havoc, because I think it's harder and harder. But other than that, as long as you know your roads and your car is still able to push that power, the worst you can get is to get chased down by heavy-duty Mustang cops and stuff like that, or SUVs that for some reason are extremely OP. But other than that, the cops aren't like much of a dick, actually. Unless you just have But actually, during the race, the cops don't really interrupt you, so which is good. It's just funny because cops are supposed to be the ones that are supposed to just kick the shit out of you out of the races, but no, it's more like online players who just decide to be like, "Hey, how's it doing? I'm in the middle of the fucking race, and you're really gonna push me aside?" Thanks a lot. That helps a lot. So, other than that, game definitely is cool. back to the way it is of Street. I'm pretty happy about that. So that is the tour of Need for Speed. If you want to get yourself and just play, go for it. I will continue to play this now and then, but I would say it's more fun if you have like, actual friends in your crew to play, because you guys could race together. Because the story is just pretty much dull. It's not that pretty exciting to go into. So I recommend to bring your friends, make a crew, and actually just race together, because I think it's more fun that way. Story-wise, I think it's just not really that great and lacking. I think it's just the online and just playing, racing together experience is nice, an opportunity to take so this is Weeley. Thank you so much. Come grab it yourself on Need for Speed to give it a shot, and let me know what your opinions on it if you have already played it. Write down comments below of what you think about the game itself. I think it's good. I think it could have done better with more engine tuning than just handling and grip. But other than that, not bad. Yeah, just write down what you think of it. So that's the tour. This is Weeley gonna sign off, and I will see you guys next time.